Hello, I'm Fire Commissioner Lloyd Ayers, and welcome to Freedom from Fire. Here at Freedom from Fire, we bring you all types of interesting information on keeping yourself safe and your family safe in whatever environment that you're in, whether it's at home, school, at work, at play. We want you to stay safe and more especially stay fire safe. Here, we bring you experts from the Philadelphia Fire Department, experts from our community partners, and also our first responder partners to bring you information on how you should stay safe in your community. And one of the things I'd like to talk about now, speaking about safety, is this is Campus Fire Safety Month. And this is where all across the country, we talk to our students coming back to school, making sure that they understand how to stay safe, whether it's staying safe on the campus, and more importantly, staying safe in those dormitories, staying safe in those frat houses, staying safe in at your sorority houses, all of those places, and in some cases, even barracks. We want you to stay safe. We want you to know that 70% of the fires that happen in campus housing happens either cooking or in the kitchen area. So the cook areas, the kitchen areas, they're dangerous. You have to make sure that you pay attention and be safe. 27% of the injuries that come from those fires come from the kitchen and the cooking fires. 21% of the property damage that happens from those fires are kitchen fires and cooking area fires. So one of the things we also want to talk about is grilling, because it's still fall and there's going to be a lot of grilling that goes on. So what we want you to do is make sure that you use your grill properly. And we talk about grilling, the tools that you need, making sure that you have the proper gloves, mitts, so that you don't get burned. We also talk about making sure that you have the proper bottle, if it's a propane bottle that you're using, the one that's a safe bottle, not the round knob at the top, the one with the triangular shaped knob at the top. That means that it's been outfitted with the proper overfill valve and you'll be safe while you're grilling. Also, we want you to know that it's an adult activity. We don't use children for grilling. We use children to make sure that they have a great time, that they enjoy the food, but they don't do the adult task of grilling. So make sure that you do the right thing when you're grilling. And again, I'm telling you, this fall air is perfect for grilling. I'm going to make sure I get at least a couple of evenings in myself this week. Also, we just finished our annual thrill show, our Hero Thrill Show. It was held at down at the Wachovia Center, right in front of the Wachovia Center. We had a wonderful time. We had Commissioner Ramsey, Commissioner Ayers, myself. We had our wonderful motorcycle team, and we had Jimmy Benz, who started the thrill show. We had him there. We had all types of wonderful folks out, and it was great. And we had a special guest this year. We had Chaz, if you remember him, Chaz Capillari, and he's from A Bronx Tale. And he came in, he's doing A Bronx Tale here in the city, and he wanted to come out, and he actually was our Grand Marshal. So we had a wonderful, wonderful time. And again, don't forget our 4 points for the seat of safety. Each leg should remind us of something that we should be doing to keep ourselves safe in our home. That first leg, of course, is the smoke alarms, and that means lithium-powered smoke alarms. That's with the 10-year lithium battery. Make sure you have one on every level, and you want to test them every week to make sure that they're working for you and your family. Secondly, you want to make sure that you have that home escape plan. Sit down with everyone, go over your home escape plan, make sure that it works for everyone, that the elderly and that the young are definitely taken care of, and don't forget your pets. Make sure that they have an escape plan as well. And then you want to go to our what we call our home run ball. that home run ball is our home fire safety checklist. When you go down that home fire safety checklist and you do a good job with that, what you're going to do is eliminate all of those hazards and those things that represent risks to you and your family. You eliminate that from the home and thereby become more safe in your own environment. So it's 30 different items in about 6 different areas where you can be safe and teach your family to be safe as well. And lastly, we ask everyone to take the pledge and make sure that you take that pledge in your home that will keep you safe and execute all of those things that you find that are dangers and risks and hazards in your home. Okay, this week we have a very special guest for you, and I'd like to introduce my guest. He's the Deputy Chief of the HAZMAT Administration Unit, and he does all of our hazardous materials administration, taking care of those things for the city of Philadelphia, and that is our own Battalion Chief Roeshman. Battalion Chief Roeshman, welcome.
Thank you.
Tell me a little something about yourself.
Well, Commissioner, I'm a 44-year veteran of the Philadelphia Fire Department. I'm currently the commanding officer of the Hazardous Materials Administrative Unit, HMAU for short. The unit, besides myself, is comprised of a captain who is the operations officer and 4 lieutenants. I have an equipment officer, a training officer, a fire code compliance and inspections officer, and a Tier 2 SARA Title III compliance and inspections officer. As you know, SARA Title III deals with chemical and other hazardous materials facilities, and they are, because of the worker right to know and the public right to know, required to file with the state.
Well, that's fantastic, and we've known each other for a very long time, Chief.
Long time.
And I want the audience to know that you've done a great job here for us for HAZMAT, and that's what you have to do. You have to be safe, coordinating with the industries and all of those things. A great job.
Thank you.
So, Mike, tell them a little bit about what the HMAU's duties and responsibilities are.
Well, Commissioner, as you know, annually the PFD companies, engines and ladders, go out and do commercial inspections to update their block check and their vital building information forms. Yes. When they come upon facilities that have hazardous materials or chemicals, they pass that information on to us. We then do a more comprehensive inspection, especially with the facilities that have not previously done the required filing with the state. So once they do that, we coordinate the database with the state. We have currently 473 such facilities in the city of Philadelphia right now.
Yeah, that's a lot of facilities.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay, what about, for example, last year, what were some of the things that you accomplished, your unit accomplished?
Well, we obtained a mass mobile decon vehicle. In the past, we've used trailers, and you know, if we had had a mass decon incident, the closest chief would have to go respond, pick up the trailer, tow it there, and then once it got there, put it all together before the people could start being deconned. Now it's a mobile vehicle, so one of the members jumps in, drives it to the location, we open the doors, and we have water flowing. It has air conditioning in the summertime, and it also has a hot water heater. So in the wintertime, we don't have to deal with hypothermia, with people getting hit with, you know, cold streams and things like that, or cold hydrant water. It's a very unique piece, and we're very excited about having that in the city of Philadelphia.
Absolutely, and it was a great accomplishment. I wanted to make sure that our citizens knew about that. And time is of the essence in any hazardous situation,
yes, sir.
Whether fire, but even hazardous materials. One of the things that we teach our cadets, we teach our members, you have to be cautious, but you still have to move with the proper amount of speed, especially in evaluation, making sure we understand what the hazard may be.
Yes.
So what about our cadets?
Well, Hazardous Materials Administrative Unit gives the training, gives the state certified HAZMAT awareness to all the paramedic cadet classes, and we give the hazardous materials awareness and operations course to all the fire cadet classes. We also give it to any other PFD members that are interested in entering the HAZMAT technician program. We also annually give the radiological training to the 14 companies and 11 battalions that comprise the City of Philadelphia's radiological response teams. When all of our company officers, whether in an engine or a ladder, have dosimeters on them, which is a piece of PPE, personal protection equipment. Should they go into a fire or another type of incident where there's radiation, the dosimeter is set to sound at the appropriate level. They would then back out and call for one of the radiological response teams to respond. They carry the industry standard meters, Ludlums, and they would go in to get an exact reading on the level and possibly what we're dealing with. And then they would call for the Hazardous Materials Task Force, who would come in, set up warm, cold, warm, and hot zones, and then mitigate the situation once we determined what the source is.
Chief, you mentioned the Hazardous Materials Task Force 1. Tell us a little bit more about what HAZMAT 1 is. What is that?
Commissioner, Hazardous Materials Task Force 1 is the city's PA state certified hazardous materials response team. It responds with, at any given time, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, 11-member team at any point in time, which are all state and pro board certified HAZMAT technicians. They bring with them Battalion 1, who is the HAZMAT branch director, Foam 60, the foam apparatus, HM1, which is the big personnel and equipment carrier, HM2, which is our mobile lab, big mobile lab, and Chemical 1, which is used for fighting chemical fires. On the mobile lab, we have such things as an electron microscope, Inspector 1000, used to identify what unknown substances we're dealing with. We have a razor piece of equipment which is used for biological detection. We have a Jerome meter used for mercury vapor detections. We have internet and satellite access, as well as several other varied and very sophisticated pieces of equipment used to identify and to deal with, hazardous or seaborne materials. Seaborne being chemical, biological, radiological, or nuclear materials, weapons of mass destruction.
Chief, that is fantastic. A lot of our citizens are not really aware of who you are, the things that we're capable of, and also that each and every one of those firefighters, paramedics have certain levels of capability. How has HMU duties changed over the years?
Well, and before I answer that question, Commissioner, I'd just like to say Hazardous Materials Task Force 1 was first certified by the state in 1991. In fact, we were the first Hazardous Materials Task Force ever to be certified by the state of Pennsylvania, and we are recertified every 4 years. And if I do say so myself, we are the premier hazardous materials response team for the whole state of Pennsylvania. Now, getting back to your question, how HMAU has over the years really morphed from oil spills on the highway and inspecting chemical plants to now we're a big player in the managing director's task force inspections, which sprang out of the big fire we had under 95 several years ago with the tires.
Tire fire, yes.
We also do training for terrorist attack and weapons of mass destruction, and we also do dignitary protection now. Whenever the president or the vice president are in town, we're with them. We scan the venue with Seaburn survey teams before where they're going to speak, and then we stand by with the Secret Service in their security room until we have a wheels up on Air Force 1 or 2 at Philadelphia International Airport.
Well, it sounds like being in HAZMAT Administration Unit is something that's a large task, a big commitment, and I'd like to say I really appreciate the work that you and your members do.
Thank you, Commissioner. And I'd like to say I'm honored to be working for you and for the dedicated individuals that work in Hazardous Materials Task Force 1 and HMAU, because it's an ongoing responsibility to keep the citizens of Philadelphia safe.
Well, I will tell you, really appreciate you sharing that with all of our members out there, and also sharing it with all of our citizens. Very important. And you've come a long way. You mentioned 1992. This is 2013, and we're going forward.
We're going forward.
Well, I'd like to say thank you. And we have here with us Battalion Chief Michael Roeshman. He's been here for a long period of time, 44 years dedication and service, and we're proud of him.
Thank you.
We're going to take a short break, so don't you turn that dial. We'll be right back in about 2 minutes. So this is Fire Commissioner Ayers saying freedom from fire. I'm Fire Commissioner Lloyd Ayers with the Philadelphia Fire Department, and I'm joined by Mr. Cal Rudman, philanthropist and president of the Cal and Lucille Rudman Foundation, also honorary Fire Commissioner of the Philadelphia Fire Department. Together with Drexel University's Antoinette Westphal College of Media Arts and Design, we are able to present to you the Philadelphia Fire Safety App. This app can be accessed through your desktop or laptop computer, but what's really convenient is you can get it on your smartphone. This app is loaded with useful information covering a vast array of subjects relevant to you and anyone who has ever had a question about the Philadelphia Fire Department or emergency services they can provide. Let me tell you about some of the features on the app. There's a fire safety checklist, a list of over 25 questions that help you check to see if your home or apartment is safe. There's an emergency preparedness section dealing with tornadoes, hurricanes, terrorism, and even earthquakes. There's a dorm safety section. This gives you general information about safe dorm living and what you should be thinking about should the fire alarm sound in your building. There's a section about the emergency services that the fire department provides, along with EMS and CPR tips, and a very handy hospital locator. The Red Cross entry can give you immediate, on-the-spot, step-by-step treatments for common first aid emergencies. And don't think our information app doesn't consider every member of the family. There's even an entry for and about your pets. Today, I'm just giving you a snippet of what you will find with our new fire safety app. What I really enjoy telling you is it's all free. Cal, you've been pretty patient. What would you like to tell our friends?
Hey, fire safety app, stay alive with that.
That's right, Cal. To get the new fire safety app, go to freedomfromfire.com/FSapp. Again, that's freedomfromfire.com/FSapp. And oh yeah, did I tell you it's free?
Well, I heard that.
Welcome back to Freedom from Fire. I'm Fire Commissioner Lloyd Ayers, and thank you for staying with us. October is a very important month in the year for the fire service all across the country, all around the world. It means it's Fire Prevention Month. We're coming out of September, which is Emergency Readiness Month. It's where you want to make sure that you understand emergency preparedness. You do your go bags, you do your shelter in place materials, all of those things. And moving into October, we remember that September and October is the deadliest months for campus fires. And I have here with me today a special guest. we have our Chief of Fire Prevention Division, Chief Richey. Chief, you want to talk about a few of those very important things that's coming up
Thanks
this
for
October?
having me, Commissioner. Appreciate it. Yes, we have a calendar of events and quite a bit of them. I had to bring some of the details with me so I can share and be inclusive in all of them.
Absolutely.
We're going to begin with this Friday coming up with the campus fire safety event. At that event, around 11 o'clock in the morning, between then and 12, we're going to have a side-by-side burn, and we're going to demonstrate the power of sprinklers. University of Pennsylvania and some of the other campus fire safety organizations in the area,
Yes.
with the fire department is going to have a little event there, and hopefully we have a big turnout of people who are interested in learning about fire safety and the power of sprinklers.
Well, that's great. Now, just real quickly, we want to go over that. Now, side-by-side burn, we have to explain that to our citizens. Now, side-by-side burn, you have one setup where they burn some materials, of course, under our authority, right? And then with no sprinklers, it's just a free burn, right?
That's correct, and
And
we'll have
we
an
time
engine company in place there to extinguish that fire.
Okay, and then the other burn is started exactly the same time, right? And they have sprinklers, so you can see the amount of time that it takes for sprinklers to go off and to extinguish the fire.
And the power of the power of the sprinklers.
Absolutely.
Very powerful. So hopefully we have a nice bite to eat out there and a nice event.
Okay,
Beginning in October, early on the 3rd, we're going to have our proclamation in City Hall on the 2nd floor. That's going to kick off our Fire Safety and Fire Prevention Month.
yes.
On the 4th, we have our annual dinner dance, which is open to the public. You can get more information on that on freedomfromfire.com. You can actually sign up, you can pick your menu, and pay for your way and your ticket. It is out there to help raise money to educate the public and buy 10-year lithium smoke alarms.
Our big event, right? Big
Yes, it
event
is.
of the year.
It's a formal where we'll wear tuxedos and the women wear gowns.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay? So on the 9th of October is the next event. It's called the Citywide Fire Drill. We're going up the West Oak Lane this year, and we're going to demonstrate how we have an actual fire event and escape plan where a family who are prepared to, in the event of a fire, to get out of the house safely. In the meantime, we're going to make sure that all the people and the residents of the city hopefully take their own drill with the fire companies going out into the neighborhoods. They're going to test their smoke alarms and practice their escape plans.
That's excellent. So while we're having this one event all over the city, in our fire safety and education districts, we're going to have our firefighters, our men and women out interacting with the community, as well as making sure that they have their own fire safety drill.
Absolutely correct.
That's great.
And on the 10th of October, the very next day, hopefully things go well, we'll have the mayor present to do a senior citizens initiative on Duncannon Avenue up in Alny. So hopefully things will go well with his schedule and our schedule, and we'll have another thing where we can demonstrate to the senior citizens the importance of their fire safety while they're home cooking or doing their normal activities.
Excellent. I mean, we really want to focus in so that they understand how to stay safe and how to enjoy their life after retirement and moving into the later years.
Yep. And then after that event, we have Insurance Service Organization Day, Society Day of Giving. We're going to go out to Southwest Philadelphia with some volunteers from that society, 25 of them, and we're going out to Angora Terrace, and we're going to go out to a few blocks out there and take that home safety checklist with us, practice the escape plans, make sure they have smoke alarms installed. It's going to be a big day, and we have a lot of people good at planning going into it to hopefully have a successful event.
Well, that is fantastic. And we just want to make sure that our public, they can go to www.freedomfromfire.com. Well, I really appreciate you being here with us, and thank you so much, Chief Richey. We want to remind our citizens that it's fall, it's time for maintenance, making sure that they have authorized professionals come in to go over their heating systems, go over their hot water heating systems, go over their chimneys and their flues, go over their window systems, get that caulking done, go over those door systems, make sure that you have all of the weather stripping that you need so that you can be safe and not lose heat and not have to use those extra heaters, right?
That's correct.
So,
and the proper usage of the extension cords.
Absolutely. So www.freedomfromfire.com, and they can get that and learn how to stay safe. So thank you very much. We appreciate you for being here with us on Freedom from Fire. I'm Fire Commissioner Lloyd Ayers. Please join us at Freedom from Fire so you can learn how to keep you and your family safe.